Welcome to another episode of the Offer Mojo Show, where we talk about how to craft, scale, market, and sell aligned and irresistible offers. The other day, someone in one of my business communities posed a simple question. What kind of lead magnet format would you most appreciate right now? Naturally, the go to answer came up, the good old standby PDF. But then someone responded with, I think it's been 3 years since I downloaded a free PDF. That really stuck with me. Even I had to take a look at my own lead magnet, a resource that had performed well for years, and realize it was time for a shift. I ended up transforming it into an AI powered quiz that helps business owners identify real gaps and next steps. Because here's the thing, people's expectations have evolved. Today's audience doesn't just want value, they want ease, speed, and relevance. Think quick wins, digestible insights, and formats they can engage with on the go. So before you build your next lead magnet, it's worth asking, is this something your audience actually wants to receive? Let's dive in to this week's episode. 7 myths about lead magnets that keep your email list full but not paying. A freebie is just a quick win, right? Throw up a PDF and you're done. The more I give, the more they'll trust me. My email list is growing, so I must be doing something right. If you've been quietly buying into myths about lead magnets like these, this one's for you. As a coach, wellness expert, or thought leader who's hit 6 figures or is steadily climbing there, you've likely already created your share of lead magnets. Maybe they worked like magic when you first launched them, or maybe they helped you grow your offline network, but now your audience is shifting. The online space is noisier, and your email list feels full but flat. Engagement is down. Conversions are inconsistent. That once reliable PDF is gathering more dust than replies because what used to work isn't working anymore. We're in a new season of online business. Trust takes longer to build. Buyers are savvier. And those surface level freebies that once filled your funnel, they no longer move the needle. Today, your lead magnet must do more than educate. It needs to spark connection, demonstrate relevance, and make it undeniably clear that you're the next step they've been waiting for. This deep dive isn't here to shame or oversimplify. I've worked with established entrepreneurs who've done everything right: funnels, quizzes, guides, webinars, and still hit a wall. I myself have had to adjust my lead magnets as the business climate has changed. The problem isn't your talent, it's your strategy. So let's bust 7 outdated lead magnet myths plus one bonus one that are keeping your list busy but not buying, and explore what actually builds trust, authority, and momentum in 2025. Myth number 1, any freebie is better than no freebie. Here's why this sounds believable. Because lead magnets are often presented as a box to check, just something to create to get emails and grow your list. But here's the truth. In today's market, a random freebie isn't just ineffective, it can actively erode your brand. When your freebie is vague, generic, or disconnected from your offer, it attracts the wrong people, or worse, no one at all. The truth is, your lead magnet is not a side piece. It's the handshake before the invitation. If it's not polished to pre-qualify, pre-frame, and pre-sell, then it's working against you. So try this instead. Create a lead magnet that solves a small but specific problem that your best fit clients are actively trying to solve. Don't go broad, go deep. Myth number 2, lead magnets should be jam-packed with value. Here's why this sounds believable. Because value is currency online, And if people get a ton for free, they'll assume your paid offer is even better, right? But here's the truth. There's a difference between creating impact and overwhelming information. Most seasoned coaches overgive out of integrity, but that generosity backfires when your freebie becomes so robust, it closes the loop. If your lead magnet solves the entire problem, there's no reason for someone to continue the journey with you. Instead, it should create clarity and strategic gap awareness, the recognition that more support is needed and you're the expert to provide it. So do this instead. Think of your lead magnet as an appetizer, not the full meal. It should create clarity and open a loop, not close it. Myth number 3, if it's free, it doesn't need a strategy. Here's why this sounds believable. Because it's low stakes. It's free. Why overthink it? But here's the truth. In a saturated market, the first touch point with your audience has never been more critical. Your freebie sets the tone for how you're perceived. Are you just another voice, or are you the one who truly gets them? If your lead magnet isn't intentionally reverse engineered from your core offer, it's just noise. Strategic lead magnets aren't random content. They're curated doorways into your thought leadership and your sales ecosystem. So try this instead. Map your lead magnet to your client journey. Ask yourself, what does this freebie prepare them to do, and what do they want next? Myth number 4, pretty design equals higher conversions. Here's why this sounds believable, because polished visuals feel professional. And yes, aesthetics do matter. But here's the truth. Design is a trust amplifier, but it's not a conversion driver. If your message isn't sharp, relevant, and emotionally resonant, no amount of Canva magic will save it. Your audience isn't signing up because your lead magnet is pretty. They're signing up because it promises to solve a real, urgent problem that they care about, and because the way you say it makes them feel seen. Message first, always. So try this instead. Focus on messaging first. Make sure your title, promise, and your first page answer, why should I care? Myth number 5 is email list automatically lead to sales. Why does this sound believable? Because every online business mentor swears by list building. And sure, it's a smart move. But here's the truth. An email list is only as powerful as the relationship that you build with it. If your subscribers enter through a misaligned lead magnet, or worse, if they never hear from you again, you've built a database, not a pipeline. Today's buyers need more than an email sequence. They need resonance. They need to recognize your voice, trust your insight, and feel connected to your perspective. Otherwise, it's just inbox clutter. So do this instead. Create a simple nurture sequence that connects your freebie to your paid offer. Introduce yourself, share your story, show them what's possible, invite them forward. Myth number 6, you need a funnel before you launch anything. Here's why this sounds believable, because polished launches and complex funnels look like the mark of a real business. But here's the truth. Funnels don't sell offers. Clarity does. If your message isn't magnetic, a funnel just automates the crickets. You don't need 17 emails and a webinar sequence to start. You need a high converting idea, a clear path from freebie to offer, and the confidence to test it scrappy before you scale it sexy. Funnels support what's already working. They don't create momentum from scratch. So do this instead. Start with a clear, compelling lead magnet and a handful of personal emails. Refine as you go. Myth number 7, Your freebie has to teach everything. Here's why this sounds believable: because you're generous, service driven, and believe deeply in transformation. You want people to walk away changed. But here's the truth: when you try to teach it all, you dilute your power and confuse your audience. Masterful lead magnets don't educate, they activate. They shift perspective, invite a micro decision, or help someone recognize a pattern that they didn't have language for. They create a meaningful aha that naturally leads to what's next. Teaching is valuable, yes, but in the lead magnet space, transformation beats information. So try this instead. Pick one micro win, help them get clarity, take one step, or shift a belief. Leave room for curiosity. And bonus myth number 8: all lead magnets must be free. Here's why this sounds believable: because freebie equals lead magnet. That has become the standard language in the online business world. And for years, it worked. But here's the truth: free isn't always better. In fact, low cost lead magnets can often outperform freebies, especially when you're looking to attract clients who are ready to invest. A small price tag does something powerful. It filters out the perpetual freebie collectors and signals a higher level of commitment from your audience. When someone is willing to put even $7 towards a resource, they're more likely to take action and more likely to see you as a trusted guide rather than just another content creator. This doesn't mean free is dead. It means you have options. And depending on your audience and your offer, a paid lead magnet might just build more trust faster. So try this instead. Test a low cost offer, something between $7 and $27 that naturally leads to your core service. Think mini workshop, a checklist plus a video training, or a short audio course. What's actually true in lead magnet strategy? Here's what I want you to take away from this conversation. You don't have to create a 30-page ebook to prove your value. You can lead with clarity, not complexity. You're allowed to question formulas that don't feel aligned. Let go of the rules that don't serve you. Create offers and assets that match your energy, your stage, and your strengths. If you're not sure if your lead magnet is aligned, here are 5 powerful questions that you can ask. Is this lead magnet aligned with the next paid step I want someone to take? If it doesn't naturally lead into your offer, it may be building a bridge to nowhere. Number 2, does this solve a specific problem my ideal client knows they have? General or vague freebies don't get downloaded and they rarely convert. Number 3, will this freebie attract the kind of client that I love working with? It's not about value, it's about resonance. Number 4, does this freebie create a gap or a desire to go deeper? The best lead magnets open a loop and leave your reader thinking, I need more of this. Number 5, would I personally be excited to download and use this? I think this actually is probably the most important question to ask. Because if you're not proud of it or it doesn't feel like you, it won't feel magnetic to others either. So use these questions as your inner compass before launching your next freebie. This isn't about being right, it's about being real. These myths are everywhere. It's no wonder they've made you stall out or second guess what actually works. But now that you've seen behind the curtain, you're actually ahead of the game. You don't need a massive list or a perfect funnel. You need aligned strategy, clear messaging, and a freebie that opens the door to your magic. So if you want to stop guessing what works and you want to stop spinning your wheels on freebies that don't convert and start mapping a lead magnet that actually brings in aligned paying clients, The Offer Power Plan is for you. In this 90-minute private session, we'll co-create a personalized strategy for your lead magnet that aligns with your energy, your offer, and your ideal client. You'll walk away with a clear, aligned lead magnet concept or refined one if you already have it, a mapped out journey from freebie to paid offer, messaging insights that help you speak directly to the hearts of your audience. So if you're ready to finally turn your list building into client building, book your Offer Power Plan in the show notes. Because once you stop believing the wrong things, the right strategy flows with Eve. And let me know, what myth did you believe before listening to this?